Hello students, hope all are fine. Today we will discuss the first chapter from supplementary text, The Tiny Teacher. Let me tell you who is a teacher. A teacher is a person who helps students to acquire knowledge, competence, or virtue. Informally, the role of a teacher can be taken by anyone. If I tell you now that it can be an ant, you would not agree with me. But by the end of the chapter, your answer will be yes. Students, today we will be knowing many things about an ant. You might have seen many kinds of ants and the types of ants as I am showing you here in the picture. Let us know a few facts about these ants. There are more than 12,000 species of ants all over the world. An ant can lift 20 times its own body weight. Some queen ants can live for many years and have millions of babies. Ants don't have ears. Ants hear by feeling vibrations in the ground through their feet. When ants fight, it is usually to the death. Queen ants have wings which they shed when they start a new nest. Ants don't have lungs. Oxygen enters through tiny holes all over the body and carbon dioxide leaves through the same holes. When the queen of the colony dies, the colony can only survive for few months. Queens are rarely replaced and the workers are not able to reproduce. Students, as I told you, you might have seen many kinds of ants, especially the black and the red ones. Today in our chapter, we will know many things about this tiny teacher. Although ants are frustrating when they get into your home or when you are having a picnic, ants do help the environment. They are social insects. Which means they live in large colonies or groups. Depending on the species, ant colonies can consist of millions of ants. There are 3 kinds of ants in a colony: the queen, the female workers, the males. The queen and the males have wings while the workers don't have wings. The queen is the only ant that can lay eggs. The male ant's job is to mate with the future queen ants and they do not live very long afterwards. All these things we will be knowing in the chapter, and you will also know how this ant has become a tiny teacher for human beings. Without further delay, let's start with our chapter. The chapter opens with the author making a catalogue of the smallest insect who is also the wisest insect. He wonders if it is the fly, the mosquito, or the worm. He realizes that the insect that justly fits into this category is the ant. It is the most commonly found insect, the smallest and the wisest. The author seems impressed by the story of ants' life and analyzes it. On observing a row of ants moving up and down the wall, it becomes amply clear that the ants use their antennae or feelers to communicate or to talk to each other. Each ant greets all the other ants coming from the opposite direction by touching their feelers. So, if you see the page in your chapter, the first page, you can see all these things. Just now what I have explained is there. Though very small, the ant is unbelievably intelligent and hardworking. Among the various kinds, the commonest ant is the black or red. Ants live in comfortable homes called ant hills. We as children have seen the most common types of ants, as I just now told you. They are black or red ants. If we would have observed them closely, we would have known that ants live in comfortable homes called nests or ant hills. Some rooms of this house is used by the queen ants to lay eggs, while others are used by young ants or grubs till they grow up. There are yet other rooms that serve as storehouses for food. There are soldiers who guard the food and never go out to search for food. Ants follow a very simple and efficient division of labor. No one interferes in another's task, nor do they harm each other. Therefore, ants are believed to lead a very peaceful life. Now, let us know about this queen ant. If you see the picture there as I am scrolling, you can see the queen ant having wings. The queen ant's lifespan is about 15 years. The queen ant casts away its pair of wings after its wedding flight. On a hot summer day, the queen ant leaves its nest and goes to meet a male ant high up in the air. On its return to the earth, it does nothing but lay eggs. The grubs or the ants' little ones come out of the hatched eggs. The soldiers take care of the grubs. The workers and cleaners feed them and clean them. The grubs take 2 to 3 weeks to become cocoons. Now, as you can see here in the picture, the flight, as I had just now told you about the wedding flight, here you can see in the picture. The soldiers take care of the grubs. The workers and cleaners feed them and clean them. The grubs take 2 to 3 weeks to become cocoons. They take another 3 weeks to become perfect ants. As they become perfect ants, they begin to receive training from the older ants, learn their duties, and get ready to face the world. Ant hills inhabit other species too. Ant hills serve as homes not only to ants but also for some other creatures like beetles, lesser breeds of ants, and greenfly. Some of these creatures give sweet smell or sweet juices, and some are kept as pets by the ants. The ants train the greenfly to give milk to the ants. Now, as I told you in the explanation that ants can be a teacher for us. Why? You may be wondering why ma'am has told this. There is lot that human beings can learn from the ants. They work hard, have a sense of duty and discipline, maintain cleanliness, and look after their young ones really well. Therefore, they can be called as the tiny teachers. Students, I hope you have understood the lesson. The sent notes to be completed in your classwork neatly. Thank you, students.